Yeah, I've been broken hearted. Since the day we parted. Why, I cannot let you go.
Vernier Scalper.
Welkom auf meinem YouTube-Kanal. Ich bin Vernier Scalper and today we build. Today we will be talking about The Cat Returns. Okay, this is the spin-off. I guess that's what you can call it. The spin-off of Whisper of the Heart. Because back in Whisper of the Heart, if you watched my video for that film, you talk about the Baron, okay? The cat statue, the cat figurine that our girl in that film was enamored by, and she created like a whole entire story. Perhaps this is the story that she created. This is the story that she was writing, she was penning, the one she was working on. It is very meta, because now we're experiencing the story in the form of a film. I actually don't know if that is really true. I know that this is a spin-off, but I don't know if it's meant to be in the same universe, okay? But let's just say this is the story that our girl from Whisper of the Heart has been writing. It's alright, okay? I get why this isn't a popular Ghibli film, like a popular choice for people, because it's alright, you know, like it's nothing crazy, it's nothing, you crazy? It's nothing special, okay? It's very safe, it has good elements, okay? It has good elements that I felt like could have been explored further. Like the foundation, the base of what we have here, the characters, the setting, the progression, like, you know, it was fine. It is a good starting point, but it just never goes anywhere, really. It just stays in the, you know, even something like Porco Rosso, okay? We have Porco Rosso, Whisper of the Heart, are examples of Ghibli films where the plot really isn't that, like, it's not an epic, it's not life or death, right? Well, I guess Porco Rosso is life or death, but it is not like an epic film. It does not have 1,000 plot twists and turns, and many things to do, task-orientated film. No. Okay, like those films are quite simple. A to B, B to C, C to D. Like it is not complicated. It is not like Spirited Away or the coming one that I will be watching. It is not like House Moving Castle, definitely not. It is not Pompoko as well. It is not Pompoko, it is not, you know. But this film, I like it, okay? I like the whimsiness. Because I'm a cat person, okay? I love the cats. I love the world of the cats, but I just wish it was explored more. Okay, like I wish it was more thorough in the way that it is introducing this world to us, because everything about this film feels very trivial. Like, am I supposed to care? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I really supposed to care of like why she's becoming this bride? Why are they so adamant, the cats, and like what is the dynamic between the cats? Why is the Baron not living in the cat kingdom? You know, like there's so many questions, and I don't think it's fair to say I don't know if this is based on a book or a manga but I feel like the film should have enough substance for us to consume just on like a basic story, plot progression, character development level. You know what I'm saying? But our girl here, Haru, she does not really grow throughout the film. I wouldn't even call this a, what is it? The one that we usually do? Coming of age. This isn't even a coming of age film. It is just a teenager who happens to end up in this fairy tale land and she's trying to get out safely. I guess you can akin this to like a Narnia. I was thinking about, what was the Spiderwick? Is that what it's called? Spiderwick. Let's just get to it. Okay, let's just get to it. I was very excited when I realized that the film was only 75 minutes. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I am not brain rot generation. I am not here to be like, why do you always need to be 3 hours? No, that is not what I'm saying. I am just, the past few films of the Ghiblis have been very heavy. Okay, they've been very heavy. And the fucking shitty Yamadas don't really help because it would have been nice if the Yamadas was like a good filler or a nice light-hearted film to relax after the heavy hitters. But it was so boring. It was boring. Now this film could do what the Yamadas tried to do. It's been like a cozy, feel-good film. But there's just not a lot of substance. Okay, anyways. Okay, but 75 minutes is a treat. Okay, I will be seated for this. I will be attentive. Let me see where this goes. Our girl, Haru. She's a cat whisperer. Okay, she is a cat whisperer. They made it very clear at the start because mom tells us, okay, or rather she tells Haru that, you know, you remind me how you used to talk to the cats. And the cat told you how it's a tough life out here living in the world. So you always have an affinity with the cats. So I guess this isn't a bump her head situation though. She's not cuckoo crazy, okay? She's not cuckoo crazy. She actually can speak to the fucking cats. So we have to trust that this isn't some surrealist dream. This isn't Spirited Away, okay? This is actually happening right before our eyes. The cats that she's seeing. I mean, her friends did see the cats follow her to school. Everybody saw her follow the cats. You know, she saved the cat and now like the cat wants to, or rather the cat's people want to repay her kindness by getting her to be a bride in an arranged marriage with the prince that she saved. I mean, it's stupid, but I love it. I love whimsy. I love a kooky, quirky little kitschy fairy tale story. I like it. I like where this is going. Okay? So she's not crazy. She's not just talking to voices. Okay, she's not just talking to voices. The voice that she actually heard in her head, she met in real life. Okay? And that voice turned out to be Yuki. Whom she met in the cat kingdom, the cat realm. And you know how she witnesses the cat parade in the middle of the night? That was so Pompoko coded. That is like bootleg Pompoko. That is like bootleg Pompoko with the fucking Japanese folklore parade. That is just no. Okay, I get what they're trying to do, but Pompoko is still superior. And the king cat is sitting on the thing. The king is sleazy, okay? He gives sleazy vibes. He's very sleazy. His fur is unkempt. I don't know why that is the image that they chose for the king. I guess they want him to give off this like creepy, like uncle, you know, like creepy uncle, like smelly. He probably stinks. You know, Dang. He probably smells like piss, like cat piss and food. But because he's a royal, they probably throw on some form of cat perfume on him. And you know how perfume and BO and bad smells don't really complement very well, and it just becomes like a very sour smell, olfactory. But yes, that was funny. Okay, that was cute. And the way the music resumes, the moment the king says thank you, that was camp. Okay, that was so campy. I fucking love that. It's so unserious. This film, if anything, I must say that this film is camp. Okay, this film is camp. This film is very unserious. It does not take itself seriously at all. The people behind the film probably had a whale of a time writing the dialogue, making the quirky characters. Like, how can we fit a bunch of cat archetypes? You know, we have the fat cat, we have Maui. That is so lame. I fucking hate Maui. No. What is his name? Mapu. The fat cat is Muta. Baron, we've met before. I don't remember what the bird is called, but we have a bird. The bird's a crow, because I guess it's like a familiar vibe, you know, like the witch and the familiars. So we have the cats and the birds and the whatever. So I guess that is the vibe that they're going for, okay? Again, very European coded. Why are they trying to get her to become the bride? Why are they trying to marry her to the prince? You see, this is where the problem starts coming in, okay? It starts to seep into the cracks. Like, why? What is the motivation? Like, what do they have to benefit from her becoming the fucking princess? Because when she actually goes into the cat realm, she becomes a cat. They're so happy and snickering, talking about like, look at yourself now. And she looks at the mirror and she has fully become a cat with whiskers and cat ears. But what, like, what is the novelty of her becoming a cat? Wouldn't it make a little bit more sense if she remained a human? Right? Like there could be some form of novelty, or maybe being a human in the cat world could give her some value, something sinister. They could do something evil. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, why? Just why? Why? And what does the prince have to do? Does the prince even know that this is happening? This is very... it is... I like how random it is, okay? I like that it's nonsensical. We could go, we could really go the absurdist route. You know what I'm saying? We could really go the absurdist route, but it still has to be rooted in something, grounded in something, in some form of it. Like, it has to have a theme. But at the moment, it is just giving fairy tale. It is just fairy tale. It is not fable. Like, there's nothing that we can latch onto at the moment other than the fact of she's a kind girl who everybody's telling her she shouldn't have been kind because look what the mess she has got herself into. Muta is not having it. Muta is like, you shouldn't have saved the stupid prince. You shouldn't have saved the stupid prince. You saved yourself. Because now that you saved him, you have to marry him. And you have to deal with all this cat bullshit. You have to come to our world. And Muta and Baron and the bird, they don't even live in that cat world. So what is that about? Is there some drama? Is there some beef? Why are they, like, were they exiled? Now Haru chasing the fat cat Maui. I can't help it. I just want to say the word Maui, okay? I just want to hate on that stupid fucking demigod, that useless demigod. The way she chases Muta, the fat cat, around the town, okay? Then he has got her to be running on top of the roofs, climbing the stairs, going down the stairs, across the fucking alleys. That was very much a callback to Whisper of the Heart. Okay, that was such a callback. It has the same Alice in the Wonderland vibe of the girl, the child, following a magical animal into the unknown. And she did. She followed them to this strange town where she's a fucking giant and there's this tiny house that the Baron lives inside of. And when the sun sets, they come alive. Okay, the Baron comes alive and they go in and they have tea. Oh, the tea was pissing me off. The tea. And because we're talking about Alice in the Wonderland, right? The Alice in the Wonderlandisms, okay, the isms are really here, okay, they're really strong here. Because she's gigantic, and she's trying to fit into the thing, okay, she's trying to fit into the tiny cat house doggy style. And he offers her some tea. Oh, that tea pissed me off. It was so tiny, because she's a giant, so the tea was like, it was a tiny, like dollhouse sized cup of tea. Oh, that would piss me off so bad. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you not see how big I am? Her spit bubble alone is probably enough to fill that shitty little teacup. Do I look like a fucking cat? Do I look like a fucking doll? Bruh. And, you know, Matu, what's his name? Muta. And Muta was being a cranky tsundere uncle, being like, how her? What a nuisance, like, why do we have to do this? Like, oh, and Haru had to play the martyr card. She played the martyr card down. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'll have to do everything myself. I brought this upon myself. I'll have to fix the mess myself. I'm sorry. I caused any inconvenience. I better be off now. All I do is cause trouble and problems for everybody around me. Like, it is all my fault. Everything is my fault. I have to leave. Oh, she was playing. She was doing the whole martyr act, and they felt so bad. They were like, fine, we will do it. We will help you. We will help you. And to celebrate, they decide, okay, the Baron decides to bring out the chiffon cake. I'm not a fan of chiffon cake, okay? I'm not going to lie. This was not very tantalizing to me. Chiffon cake, and it's the tiny... They brought out the whipping cream as well. Like, we have to put the, like, what is all this dollhouse food? Oh god, like, not the tea party. Not the tea party. Now they're really pissing me off. Now, when Haru ends up in the cat realm, she is accompanied by Muta. The Natto, orange cat servant thing that came to bring her to the castle. I have a question. Is Natto named after Natto? You know, that disgusting brown fermented bean thing. I'm sorry, I don't like natto, okay? I don't like natto. It is fine with rice, okay? But I'm not the type of person that can just eat it on its own and be like, ooh, itadakimasu. Oh, hell no. If I'm starving or a guest at somebody's house and they brought me natto as a snack, I mean, I would try to be polite. I am not a barbaric person, okay? I am not a barbarian. I am not a white man. I am not crazy. I am not rude. I would accept it, but I would kindly ask if there is something else that they could offer me, or that I am not hungry for a snack. And I'm trying to be good, you know, I'm trying to, maybe a water, something. Or a tea. I don't want to eat natto, especially on its own. Like, it tastes like fart. Doesn't, like, natto, and I love fermented food, but natto, and the fact that it's cold as well, we're eating cold farts. Cold, slimy farts. I don't even like tofu. You know, I don't even like stinky tofu. So I guess this is just the olfactory thing, okay? The olfactory, like this world of the olfactory of the farts and the garbage smells, is just not for me. It's just not for me. The sewage type situationals is just not for me, okay? You remember Suzy Q and her bad breath? She fucking loves stinky tofu. Like, are we even surprised? Of course, she likes stinky tofu. Your insides are already striking. What difference will it make if you put a stinky tofu into your mouth? I'm so sorry, Suzy Q. Natto tells her about the banquet and that they're waiting for her and she should go. Muta was like, no, we're not here to go to the banquet. And they still go because she wants to, you know, our girl wants to greet the king, at least greet the king, you know. And Muta has to go because he's here to protect her. But I just knew he would go because banquet equals food. I don't remember this film very well from when I watched this years ago, but in this rewatch, I already had the spidey senses that, oh, Muta is going to eat the food. He's going to gorge on the fucking buffet spread. It is going to happen. The buffet spread is going to be eaten by the Muta. And he does, okay? He fucking does. Oh, before we get ahead of ourselves, I'm getting ahead of myself a lot this video because I just want to get it over with. To be honest, it's not very fulfilling film. Leaves a lot to be desired, but the castle is imposing as fuck. It is imposing as fuck. The imposing as music as well when they enter the castle, when they cross the bridge. This kingdom is giving authoritarian vibes because why is there a castle so ostentatiously in like around, like, you know, it's, I get it, it's like it's inspired by actual medieval castles with the moat and the drawbridge and the surveillance around. But why do the commoner cat houses look like shit? They're living in like these igloo stone things that don't look like they have a lot of space and stuff. It just, the commoners just look so sad. Like there are no farms, there are no infrastructure, there is no real like towns and stuff. It is just grass, catnip, and I don't know. Like, the world building is very questionable, but it is also a little intriguing because I want to know what is the dynamic between the monarchy and its people. And the sentry, you know, like the floating sci-fi ass cat eye sentries that loom around, they orbit around the castle with the sci-fi ass synths. That was, it is interesting, okay? There are little interesting bits of things like this that we just never get to. Like, it would be cool if we had a scene where they were trying to hide from the surveillance eyeballs, but that never happened. No, I just really wish that more of this film was silly. Just silly, just goofs and gaffs and laughs and shits and giggles. Because the part where Haru was mourning the death of Muta, who's like in that jar, that humongous jar of catnip jelly, they really thought that he died, or trying to make it seem that he died because He essentially died from gluttony. He tried to enter that thing to eat, but he drowned or he passed out. And they had him in the background of the banquet with Haru crying the entire time, not entertained by any of the entertainers that the king has brought for the banquet. That was so camp. The banquet scene was so camp. It was so stupid. Like, everything was so stupid. My favorite part is when the magician or the trickster, whatever you call it, the magician or trickster. My favorite part is when the magician trickster caused a nip slip in his assistant and the woman ran off in shame and embarrassment. And I hate to say it, but it reminds me of the Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson incident at the Super Bowl. And when the king's man threw the magician out of the window, I was like, oh, that should have been Justin Timberlake. That should have been Justin Timberlake. But he got away scot-free. And Janet had to take the blame. Take the shame. And she's shunned by the industry because of that. Because of the stupid man, stupid white man. That it was giving war flashbacks. I wanted to fight, but that was very entertaining. Haru was crying and crying and crying till the Baron showed up, and oh, he's so cool. Okay, the Baron is so cool. Like, he is. Do you even realize how cool the Baron is? He swooped in, saved Haru and Muta from danger. He saved two people, okay? He killed two birds with one stone. And he's all stoic and all like, yeah. Well, it's not really that. It is more of like a gentleman, like super spy, James Bond type voice, you know? But it is not, yeah. It is more of like mysterious, like, yes, I've come to say, ew. I'm not, I just can't spawn that voice right now. I can't spawn the voice, but you know what I'm saying. He's mysterious, man. And the infrastructure of that stupid maze and that stupid tower is pathetic, okay? Because it is falling apart. It is crumbling. It has been so long since they tried out their toys that they don't realize how raggedy everything is. Oh, I prepared guards in the tower for a moment like this. Okay, I expected this to happen, and what? The guards emerge from the tower and the stairs crumble below them. It was a mess, but it was a fun mess. And the domino effects of the king's men trying to set up the artificial walls in the maze to confuse Baron and Haru and Maui. I'm sorry. And they failed. And why does the king need to run around everywhere with the fucking entourage? What is the purpose of the other people doing? I guess he has that one servant that follows him, that his wingman. Is that what you would call it? His wingman, like his little wizard mage thing. I don't know, official. The guards would make sense, but why are those two women following along? What is their purpose of being there with their veils? Like, oh, what? Aren't they the women who were dressing Haru earlier? So are they going to catch her and dust her up and immediately get her back into the banquet? Is that what the women are there for? It just does not make any freaking sense. Okay, it does not make any freaking sense. And the maze Muta was so right. Muta is smart, okay? Why the fuck would you play by their rules? Why the fuck would anybody not climb onto the top of the walls and just walk across the entire maze? Why would you actually try to solve the maze? That is so stupid. Unless you're trying to tell me that the wall has been greased up and it is impossible to climb up the wall. Now, when they reach the tower, when they actually reach the tower and the tower collapses and blah 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 blah, the prince shows up. I know, okay, I know that this is supposed to be cute. I know that this is supposed to be sweet, okay? He proposes to Yuki with snacks from her hometown, and she's touched because she's not been back home for so long, probably slogging her ass off at the fucking castle because it's an authoritarian government with a crazy king that has nothing better to do. Like, I get it, it is supposed to be sweet, but I am not invested because where has the prince been? Where has the prince been the entire time he's traveling around the provinces? For what? Like, we don't know anything about the prince, about his childhood, about his background, about his personality. We know nothing about that fucking motherfucker. We barely know shit about Yuki as well. The only thing we really know is that she's kind of nice and she is like, like a lower being. It feels bad to say that, but you know what I'm saying. She's like a commoner that is working for the monarchy and she's always laying her head low. She's trying to be subservient in case she gets fired or we never know what goes on behind those fucking castle walls. But I don't feel invested at all. I don't feel invested at all. And of course, Haru is the empath of the fucking day. The greatest empath to ever step foot on the cat realm. I thank you, Haru. You were the one who saved me back then. And now the soon-to-be husband also thanks her because she saved him as well in the human world. What the fuck are those two cats even doing in the human world? There is so many questions and loopholes and like things that are just not explained. Just information. You're just giving us the. I'm starting to get pissed. The more that I discuss this film, the more that I yap. I'm starting to realize how half-baked. Half is generous. If I'm being honest. Half-assed, half-baked as film. And now Muta reveals that he is this Ronaldo. What is it called? Ronaldo. He's the infamous Ronaldo Moon. Not this lore dropping ass bullshit. Oh, so we're just dropping lore left and right now, I guess. That is just what we're doing. We're not doing proper build-ups and character development. We're just dropping lore. Now, I will say, it is very cunty that Haru rejected the king. Because what do you mean the king wants to marry her? Because now that his son has declared he wants to marry Yuki all this time, so there is no use for Haru anymore, and the king decides that I guess I can have Haru. And Haru calls him a hentai Neko. That is honestly the best part of the film. That is honestly the best part of the film. If I watched this as a fucking kid, with some form of Japanese knowledge, I would be using that phrase for an entire month, okay? Hentai Neko, you pervert cat. That was so funny. That was so funny. That was That was fucking funny. Hentai Neko to his face with him looking all crazy. You know how his fur is like a mess and his eyes are like staring in different directions, and he's just a sleazy, greasy mess. He's disgusting. Imagine your dad. Trigger warning, okay? Trigger warning to people with daddy issues who are getting triggered by the sight of the king. Because he's the slimiest character in this film. And he thinks that he can marry her just because the son does. Oh god, it is so. Why? And she got mad. He had the audacity to get mad when she rejected him. You already tried the arranged bullshit with your son and Haru. You can't just do that the second time and expect a different result. Okay. You can't just do that same bullshit. And is arranged marriage just a way for men to escape rejection? I'm starting to realize maybe I am just late, okay? Because I don't really care about marriage. I think marriage is stupid. But arranged marriage. The men, they don't have to face rejection. They can protect their stupid little weak, vulnerable, defenseless ego. Their fragile ego. But yes, he got fucking mad. He goes, how dare you reject me? So now the world has to crumble. He has gone crazy. He's gone crazy. I like how the prince at one point was like, oh my god, he is out of his mind. From rejection. And the fact that there is an absence of a queen leads me to think something must have happened with the queen as well. I don't want to go the death route. I'm going to think and assume that the queen left him because he's a slimy. He was fucking the servants. He was, no, I'm coming. He was fucking the cat servants. What if he tried to fuck Yuki as well? And what if he got jealous at the son? No, okay, this is a bit too salacious, but he went crazy because of what? Because of rejection. And what is this? This is men. Man behavior. This is just man. This is just man. Okay? Now the portal back to the human world. Why is it shaped like a circle? And why does it look so tiny? And why does it give the vibe that when she emerges from that fucking circle, it is going to be from the street? Like she is going to emerge from the sewers. No. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. Please tell me the portal is not good. Please tell me Haru is not going to climb out of the fucking sewers covered in sewage. But that is not the case, okay? Because we have to have another callback. We need to have another callback to Whisper of the Heart, of her gliding down from the sky with the birds, holding on to Baron, and he guides her and they bring her back onto the roof of the school. So what is happening? Like she's going to go back to class right after this? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. With this candid ass bullshit. Like, oh, nothing happened. It was all a dream, adventure, whatever. Goes back to class. Goes back to what is the thing that she played? Hockey practice. But yeah, that was cool. Okay, that was a very sweet scene. The callback scene, that was very nice. Very nice touch. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend this film. I think that this is a nice bonus film to watch if you had seen Whisper of the Heart, okay? If you've watched Whisper of the Heart and you have some extra time and you like a little whimsy, you like a little cat world, cat fun, I guess you could watch this film as a bonus treat. And I use the word treat very lightly because it is not a meal, okay? It is not a meal. I would not call this a meal. I do not feel fed. I feel unfulfilled. My stomach is there's still a lot of room in my stomach. It is waiting, it is growling. It is not satisfied. It is grumpy at me for doing this like it's some sick joke, like, oh look, feeding you. And it's barely enough to satiate the hunger. Oh yeah, hunger. Like and subscribe and do all of that, because in the next video we will be talking about the iconic, the legendary, the fucking amazing House Moving Castle. Perhaps we will go ahead and need to teabag that film as well and put it to the pedestal. It is always Spirited Away, House Moving Castle, and Mononoke. These three are the ones that we they're on the pedestal. They're on the fucking, what do you call it? The sports, you know, sports or games, and they stand on the thing, the number 1, number 2, number 3. That is the thing. That is just, I think it is canon, okay? I think it is canon. It is canonically correct at this point that those 3 films will always be on the pedestal. They might vary depending on person, but those 3, their fate has been sealed. They'll always be the top of the Ghibli charts, okay? And we will talk about the House Moving Castle. I'm ready to talk about it, okay? I'm ready to talk about the man, okay? The egotistical man. I'm ready to talk about the granny, the girl who becomes a granny. I'm ready to talk about the witch, the fat chest, who becomes old. As the film progresses, there is something about age and beauty and youth and okay, that is for the next video. Like and subscribe and do all of that, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.